sound. Ringo TV. Ringo TV. Ringo TV.
Welcome to another edition of Black Male Advice TV. I'm your host, Ringo. Make sure you click the like button, subscribe, and support the content. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Black Male Advice TV. I'm your host, Ringo, and on today, we are dealing with your girl, Tasha K. Yeah, that's right. Tasha K is in the news. Tasha K outed by mainstream media for exposing private federal information about R. Kelly. Very interesting. Now, you know, a lot of you've been watching and listening to Tasha K make a lot of videos, and she talks about R. Kelly, and you know, she get all this information, and you're trying to figure out, well, like, damn, where does she get all her info from? Like, where's she getting all this info from? I'm wondering where she get this info from. You know, she always says she got the plug. You know, she's able to get, you know, the tea and all this other stuff. But it seemed like she's being investigated, and I don't know. I really don't know if she's gonna probably serve some time in prison. I really don't know. But it's a possibility that your girl, Tasha K, could be going to jail. There's a possibility. A serious possibility. So, what really is going on here? I'm glad you asked that question. The mainstream media pretty much outed your girl, and they had some very, very alarming things to say. Basically, she been getting inside information, private information, federal information about R. Kelly that one should not be able to even get. But for whatever reason, she was able to get this information, which is kind of weird, to say the least. How was she able to get this information? I really don't know. But for whatever reason, she got this info, and now she's under fire. She's under fire. People are talking about it all over social media. And there really is no way to defend oneself when it comes to this type of information. Because basically what we have here is a situation where someone was feeding Tasha K exclusive info from inside of the prison, which mean you had people breaking federal laws just to give Tasha K the scoop on what's happening. That's bad. So she's in a lot of hot water right now. A lot of hot water. There really is something brewing, and it's not going to be good for her. She's not going to have a good day because of this issue. And sadly, a lot of you who thought that she was just the lady that got the tea and, you know, she gathered info and She's good at what she do. A lot of this is fraud. You know what I'm saying? A lot of this is really bad business. And for her to take info from someone else from within, that's a crime. And she leaked this information that she's not supposed to have, all for the sake of gaining views, all for the sake of gaining attention, likes. This is bad, man. This is horrible, bad for business. It's not cool. I mean, when you really think about this, most of you may work in an environment where it's like an office, corporation, whatever the case is. You're all familiar with standard procedures and things you're not supposed to do. For example, let's say I send you an email, right? And when I send that email to you, I also CC'd 10 other people. And it's about company business, our financial records, investments, and where we would like to see the company go within the next 5 to 10 years based on our business strategy. And this is our strategy on how we're going to grow. But for whatever reason, out of the 10 people that I CC'd, right, one been thinking about leaving the company, starting their own branch with someone else. So what they decide to do is copy the email and basically send that email to either their own personal email or try to back up a copy of all the data that is supposed to be within our company. We're not supposed to be sharing none of this information. It's not supposed to go outside the business, right? But one person that we entrusted to follow the rules and keep companies' private information private decide to leak the information to a third party. And what ended up happening is someone else learned about our business strategy and how we're going to invest our money, who are our investors, different companies and things of that sort. And now what happened is they went and tried to pull a fast one. And they end up causing us problems because these other people that we were working with is trying to figure out, who are these people? We had no dealings with them. How they know what we're doing? You understand my point? So that is basically what Tasha K did. That's basically what she did. She got information from someone else, knowing where she's getting it from. Because it ain't like she didn't know. She knows exactly where she's getting it from. And somebody had to be paid. Someone had to be paid because, first of all, if you have a job within a prison and you are one who is entrusted to keep the records and the private information, phone calls, and all of that sort private, but you got access to it and you're checking in on everything that R. Kelly do and you're feeding that information to Tasha K, you belong in jail as well. Not only do Tasha K belong in prison, but anyone involved that was feeding her the information belonged in prison, you know? And it's just sad that this is going on, and it might affect R. Kelly's outcome because Tasha K is responsible for shaping public opinion of R. Kelly. Because the information that she was feeding them, she was the only one that was able to get it. Because she had an inside, a mole, an agent inside, feeding her information that only she was able to get. So when she's bringing you the tea, she was committing a crime at the same time. This is sad. But let's take a listen to something. Let's take a listen to this news report. I got some audio. I'm gonna pretty much play that, and we're gonna check that out real quick. Let me put my disclaimer on right here, because this is pretty much, I mean, it's text in audio format, but just for the purposes of fair use, let me just make sure I put that out there. Federal law allows citizens, let me just play my audio instead.
Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, video tapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe the copyright under 17U.S.C. 107.
Okay, now we got that out of the way. I'm over here about to go read the whole thing. But anyway, let's get into this thing. Let's listen to what the news had to say. I'm not going to the actual news station, but I got this off of a news site that's pretty much is in that area where this alleged drama is going on. So let's take a listen to this audio right here. Let's go.
Ex-prisons officer suspected of leaking R. Kelly's jail communications to blogger, federal records show. Randy B. superstar R. Kelly had been locked up at Chicago's federal jail for 4 months when a popular YouTube personality touted an inside scoop on the singer's tumultuous relationship with 2 girlfriends still living in his high-rise apartment. Apparently wanting to keep the women in his camp, Kelly allegedly had a friend bring $1,500 in cash to the Trump Tower residence to help pay their bills, blogger Tasha K. said in an exclusive video posted to her YouTube channel in November 2019. One of them, Jocelyn Savage, was angry she'd been kept off Kelly's visitors list, according to Tasha K. The other, Osriel Cleary, had left the apartment and not come back, throwing Kelly into a tizzy, she said. How did Tasha K. know all this?
Wow, how did Tasha K. know all that? Because she got the inside information from the prison records. So while all of you thinking that she's just good at what she's doing, she's committing federal crimes. This is bad, man. It gets real deep.
Well, she wasn't telling. Yeah, there's a phone tap somewhere and I'm not gonna tell you where it's at, Tasha K. told her viewers during the 39-minute video, which has so far collected more than 328,000 views. I have the plug. I'm not gonna tell you where I got the information from, but just listen to the damn information, okay? Now, it appears federal investigators allegedly know exactly how Tasha K. was plugged in. A federal search warrant recently unsealed in Chicago shows that agents seized a laptop from a U.S. Bureau of Prisons officer who was suspected of illegally accessing Kelly's recorded phone calls, emails, visitor logs, and other restricted information during his stay at the Metropolitan Correctional Center on West Van Buren Street.
Wow. You see what Tasha K is involved in? Now, R. Kelly is supposed to go through due process, right? But at the same time, his private records, things that no one else don't supposed to know about except prison official and so forth, is being leaked to Tasha K. She have someone from an inside who's actually risking their job, their career, to give her information. So you already done know that person is getting paid, allegedly. Do you see this? This is bad.
The female officer, who at the time worked as a disciplinary hearing officer at a federal prison in Wisconsin, accessed Kelly's records more than 150 times.
Wow. So it's a female officer who accessed pretty much R. Kelly's records over 100 and something times, thirsty for the tea, thirsty for information, knowing that they have a high-profile guest at the prison. This particular person who's supposed to be protecting this information, instead had a fetish for R. Kelly's information, that she wanted to keep tabs on everything he did. And she was feeding the information to Tasha K. And Tasha K will report to you about what she's learning and who she's getting info from. And she's not telling you, but she know who her sources are. This is bad.
In a 6-month period in 2019, even though the officer was not assigned to the MCC and had no official reason to be looking them up.
So this officer had no official business looking into these records, but she had access. And she was doing it anyway. That's sad.
According to the 24-page document obtained by the Tribune. The officer, identified only as Officer A, also emailed herself a 12-page scan of Kelly's jail records, according to an affidavit from an investigator with the U.S. Justice Department's Inspector General's office.
So this alleged officer emailed herself the documents, knowing that these emails can be traced. I mean, I don't know who trained her, but it goes back to what I was talking about in the beginning, that you might send someone an email regarding the business and CC'd 10 people, and one took the documents that you had on that email and shared it with a third party or emailed it to themselves. That's like you emailing it to yourself. That's dumb. That's dumb. Like, who are these people, man? Let's go.
The officer retired in December 2019, according to the affidavit.
So she retired after committing all these crimes, right? You know these people going to jail, right? Retired or not, you already done know that eventually, once they sort all of this stuff out, because the way these feds work, right, they will let you dig a hole and do all this mess for months and months and years, and then they come after you. Once you think you done did it and got away, that's when they come knocking at your door. This is crazy, man. Let's go.
She has not been charged.
So hold up. All of that stuff and she has not been charged? Really? Oh, let me get it. She's a protected class, right? Wow.
The unsealing of the search warrant comes in the middle of Kelly's racketeering trial in New York on charges alleging he was the head of a criminal enterprise that for decades recruited girls and young women and held them against their will to satisfy Kelly's illegal sexual appetites. Kelly is identified in the warrant only as inmate A, though he's described as a nationally recognized celebrity whose criminal case has received media attention. Sources confirm the investigation and videos referenced in the federal document line up with Kelly-related videos posted on YouTube. In an emailed statement Tuesday, a BOP spokesman wrote the Bureau could not comment on issues pending investigation for privacy, safety, and security reasons. The documents offer a glimpse into the unbridled cottage industry that has sprung up on social media since the allegations against Kelly exploded in 2019 with the Lifetime docuseries Surviving R. Kelly, which eventually led to federal indictments in Brooklyn and Chicago, as well as similar charges in Cook County. Since then, Kelly supporters and detractors have devoted countless hours on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram parsing every last detail of the singer's life and the charges against him.
Isn't that crazy how a man can be literally thrown in prison because of public opinion? Like, if enough people talk about one man and share their opinions and judgments and what they don't like about him, what they like about him, whatever the case is, it can literally shape a person's thoughts to the point that if you have enough people doing that, it will make a man go to jail. Isn't that crazy how public opinion, the court of public opinion, can put people in prison even when there's no information to indict them? It's crazy.
when a South suburban woman posted Kelly's $100,000 bail in the Cook County case in February 2019, she instantly became a hot topic of conversation, with some bloggers on social media calling for a boycott of the restaurant she owns, while others wrongly identified her as the operator of a South Side daycare. As the trial has been unfolding in New York, one blogger, who posts under the name Infamous Sylvia, has even been using actors to read aloud from the trial transcripts, creating what she bills as role reenactment. But perhaps none of the gossip mongers has been as successful as Tasha K., whose celebrity news dispatches on the YouTube channel Unwind with Tashak regularly garner hundreds of thousands of views and, presumably, significant advertising dollars. The 39-year-old Atlanta-based blogger, whose real name is Latasha Kebe, often touts her videos as offering exclusive information and insight into Kelly's world, with interviews of key players as well as updates on the allegations, including many that go far beyond even the most salacious details offered in court. According to the warrant, the warden of Chicago's MCC first reported to BOP Internal Affairs on November 22, 2019, that Tasha K. had revealed sensitive law enforcement information regarding the celebrity identified as Kelly, including information that would have been known to BOP employees who had monitored inmate A's telephone calls or accessed the recordings of those calls.
So she basically released sensitive information that she's not supposed to have in her possession. This is bad. It's real bad, man. She belong in prison. Ain't no doubt about it, man. She belong in prison for this one.
The warrant mentions 3 specific videos posted by Tasha K. that are all still publicly viewable on YouTube. Among them was a November 8, 2019, video titled Exclusive. Noir, Kelly Enablers Revealed, where she appears to scroll through her cell phone while reading a summary of a recent call between Kelly and Savage that was recorded on the jail system.
Wow. So she have access to the recording that was on the jail system. So you know she got people on the inside feeding her info, and she's most likely paying them, allegedly.
I got some explosive information, Tasha K. says after taking a sip of white wine from a large goblet. So Rob called Jocelyn and she was crying hysterically. She said Osriel was leaving the Trump Tower and she was not coming back. Now I told you I got a expletive plug, so this is all facts. Another video posted on December 22, 2019, was titled R. Kelly released emails proves he can't read or write, according to the affidavit.
I mean, you're releasing all this info that clearly is private, but yet you're releasing info telling people that the man cannot read or write. Like, come on, how low can you go? And all of this is designed to make people dislike the man even more. It's bad enough he's being accused for all sorts of things. But see, a lot of times these bloggers, they put out information that is very, offensive. It's very sensitive material. Sometimes things that, we shouldn't really be playing around with and laughing at. Making fun of the man, he don't know how to read or write and all that type of stuff. That's like, it's real petty stuff, man. Real petty, man. You should be ashamed of yourself.
The 16-minute video, which had more than 512,000 views as of Tuesday, features Tasha K. reading verbatim from emails Kelly purportedly sent from jail to Savage a month earlier, including details of how he misspelled the word high as high.
Wow. So she have access to emails. That's wild. All this time, you people think you're getting the tea, and she's basically committing crimes, getting info from people that work within the prison, which is supposed to be private. And now that shaped public opinion, which may have caused R. Kelly to suffer even more due to her following and the amount of people that love gossip and rumors and a bunch of nonsense and bochinche. It's like, this is bad. This may end up causing R. Kelly to be released because this was not supposed to be in the public. Nobody wasn't supposed to know none of these details. But Tasha K made it public. Stuff that's meant to be private. It's crazy.
I'm not gonna put it up here because this is considered somebody's private information or whatever, she says, using air quotes as she looks down at her phone. But my word? Trust me. Quebec could not immediately be reached for comment Tuesday. A review of Officer A's logins to the Bureau of Prisons' internal information system, meanwhile, showed that the officer had improperly accessed Kelly's records 153 times between July 15, 2019, when Kelly first arrived at the MCC, and December 12, 2019, shortly before her retirement, according to the warrant.
Damn.
During that time, the officer also accessed and printed out Kelly's visitor logs and payments made into and out of his commissary account, which included the names of people sending money to Kelly while he was in jail.
Now that's bad because she's leaking information of people who were supporting R. Kelly, paying into his commissary, visitors. So pretty much whoever this person was literally leaking and pretty much backing up information that she's not even pretty much authorized to be viewing at this point. This is bad, man. This is real bad. Somebody got to really spend some time in prison for this one. You know what I mean? So there's a possibility Tasha K may be going to jail. She might be going to prison for this one, along with the informant who pretty much was out there feeding her that info. So we might hear some more about this tea later on down the road, but this is breaking news that's coming out, man. This is wow.
According to the warrant. On November 13, 2019, the officer sent herself a 12-page scan of Kelly's jail records from her official BOP email account to a Gmail address registered to her, according to the warrant. Among the information in that scan was a log of Kelly's emails, including some later divulged by Tasha K. in her video blog.
Damn.
The warrant sought permission to search Officer A's desktop computer for any evidence of a crime, including any internet searches of R. Kelly as well as financial transactions or discussion of payments with Tasha K.
Wow. This is crazy, man. This is sad, yo. You see how dirty this is? And to think that it was an officer from within the prison that did this, This is crazy, man. And it could possibly be a sister as well. Because when you really think about it, man, you have to be really low down and dirty to be thirsty to gather info on R. Kelly. It's bad enough the man is already done locked up, right? His back is against the wall. He's going through hell. His name is being dragged through the mud on social media. But to have someone from within the inside of the prisons who gain access to sensitive records to now funnel that information, emails, visitors, phone records, phone calls, and just sharing that info like it ain't nothing to Tasha K is a damn shame. It's a damn shame. She belonged in prison for this one, man. There's no way around it. There is no way around it. To be one who get your info from someone from within the prison who pretty much was trained to not do things like this. Instead, this was all done through deceit. and being swift to shed innocent blood, to shape public opinion, to further crucify a man publicly. And in the end, Tasha K got paid out of all of this, man. She got paid. All of those videos that she did on Kelly, spreading the tea, federal private information, she got paid from all of that. So her hands is dirty. There's blood on her hands right now. Shameful. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it like that. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Just thought I'd share this info with you guys because news is circulating all over social media that Tasha K was outed by the mainstream media for exposing private federal information about R. Kelly. And, you know, I'm glad that they did what they did to make it very clear that she's a horrible person. She's dangerous. This issue here destroyed her credibility completely. No one should be listening to her because what she did is horrible. It's a crime. It's like if you shared private information about yourself with her and she go take it and she go on social media with it. That's bad. Well, that's what she did with Kelly. She took info that she's not supposed to have. It's private. How would you like if someone took your private information? How would you like if you go to the hospital for medical purposes, health reasons? You don't want no one to know about your information. You don't want nobody to know. I mean, just think about what I'm saying here for a minute, people. What if you are a content creator that is very popular? A lot of people don't like you. But for whatever reason, you had a medical issue, some sort of problem with your health. You went to the hospital for medical care. And in the process of you doing that, the doctor that is designed to or assigned to treat you is one that recognizes you from YouTube. As you share all of your info, these personal details about your health, your body, and so forth. And this doctor proceeds to write down or record info. And you share details about your health, or perhaps he asks you questions or she asks you questions about your sexual history, maybe possible STDs or whatever have you. And you share that, well, when you was a teenager, you got this. And when you was an adult, you had that. And, you know, you're sharing this with your doctor because you expect there to be confident, you know, you expect this thing to be not shared with nobody. You know, confidentiality, you expect this to be something that you can trust. You can trust the doctor that what I'm telling you is not going to go out there to the whole world. But instead, this doctor pretty much disrespected you. And after you left, this doctor went up on YouTube under an anonymous alias on YouTube and shared video content about your health, different issues you may have with your body, and he put your name in the title and possibly played some audio, you know? And for whatever reason, it goes all over social media. And you're like, how could anybody have known? How could anybody have known? It was only one place I went to. So it had to be the doctor that did it. Or the doctor sold the information to someone else so that they can do it so his hands could be clean. Well, that's exactly what Tasha K is involved in right now. She took sensitive info about R. Kelly, disrespected the privacy of all the people who visited him, disrespected people who may paid into his commissary. So in other words, all of those people that may have supported Kelly this Tasha K pretty much would know who those people are, allegedly. That's crazy. So now other people's names can possibly get leaked. People who may have visited. This is none of their business. It's none of our business. But Tasha K used this information to enrich herself. Yeah. That's bad. But anyway, y'all, I'm gonna get on out of here. Y'all take care. This is Blackmail Advice TV, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth 100% raw and uncut. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Instagram at Ringo TV Raw. Become a patron on patreon.com/blackmailadvicetv and hit the Cash App $ Ringo TV Raw to show your support for the content. That being said, I'm out, y'all. Peace.
If you like our content, consider supporting via Cash App at $ Ringo TV Raw. Become a patron on patreon.com for exclusive video content not shown on YouTube. You could also support through PayPal at paypal.me/Ringo TV Raw. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified of new content. Follow me on Instagram at Ringo TV Raw.
This is Blackmail Advice TV, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth 100% raw and uncut. I'm out. Peace.